Hello friends, I hope everybody's doing good. Okay, so a few months back we bought the two 1957 Graveleys LI, and the seller included some extra parts with the tractor, and he ended up giving me two brand new they're stud tires. I looked them up on eBay. They're like $60 for the pair, and it was like $10 shipping. So that was pretty cool that he gave us the tires. Plus he gave us some other parts too. So what I did was I figure with new tires we'll install brand new tubes also. I bought the tubes at Tractor Supply. Now, when I bought a tube just before the pandemic, I guess 2020. The tube was like $8. So I ended up spending $14 a piece for the tubes, and these were the cheaper ones. These are 4.00 by 8. Yeah, so that's a lot of money. I'm gonna start saving tubes and just repair them as they need repair. So what I did was, on the one tractor, he had the tires they were on the tractor, but the rims weren't bolted together, and they both had tubes in them, which I forgot. I may have been able to use the old tubes, but like I said, since we're using brand new tires, we'll put brand new tubes in it, and I'll just save those other tubes for something else. In the meantime, on that tractor that I took the tires off that we're replacing with brand new tires, but we're not putting them on that tractor. What I did was, my outboard tires that are on the 1973 C8 plow tractor, I just took those out, the outboard tires and rims, and I put them on the second project that we didn't even get to finish yet. We have to continue that project soon. So what I'll do is, with these brand new tires here that we're gonna put on the rims today, I'll just put them back as outboard tires on the 73 C8. So the bolts that hold the rims together, they were missing, so I bought brand new. I bought 6 brand new nuts and bolts. What else did I want to say? I think that's about it. I have one of the tires here we have to dismount from the rim, so we're going to do that. And the other one, the 2 pieces of rim, the inner and the outer piece, came right off. Oh yeah, another thing I want to mention, like if you have tires that are tubeless tires and you're replacing the tires, it's always a good idea to replace the tire valves too. That's about it. So what I'll do is I'll get set up, and we'll break down that one tire that needs to be broken down, and I'm going to clean and sand these rims down real good, and we're going to paint them, and then I'll show you how I mount them. The tires are a little squashed here, but it's not a big deal. And I guess I'll be back to you in a couple of seconds. I'll get set up and we'll break that other tire down. Okay, so the first thing I did was I just sprayed some WD-40 around here where the seam of the rim and the tire meet. Hopefully some of it will get down in there. And then what I'll do is I'll just take the thinner blade screwdriver here, a flat blade, and I'll just start trying to work my way around here to break the tire loose. Oh yeah, so the one thing I did forget to mention I wanted to tell you about was the paint. I'm pretty low on black paint, but I think I have enough to at least paint the outer part of the rim. The inner part of the rim, I do have some orange. I could paint it orange, you don't even see that. But over at Tractor Supply, the cheapest paint they had, black paint, was $8, and the paint ranged from $8 to $18 for a can of paint. Forget that. I usually buy black paint. I buy it from Walmart, and it's a good, pretty high gloss paint for one thing. And also, it dries really quick too. So you want to just start getting some action here. I also have like the short pry bar here that I usually use too, which works pretty good too. So just work our way around. I'll just do the outer, I'll get the outer part of the rim off, and then I'll do the other side off camera. You don't need to see that. Just work your way around. But the WD-40 helps a lot when you're breaking down the tire. Don't forget, these tires have probably been on here 60, 70 years or whatever. Some of you may remember when I got that trailer, the Gravely trailer. Oh, at the time I kept breaking those down. They're not, those aren't split rim stuff. And that's it. It just popped right off. It's not a big deal at all. So, off camera, I'll do the other side. I'm going to clean these up a little bit first, the rims, and then I'm going to sand them down. You can use primer and then paint them if you want. I'm not going that crazy with it. I'm just going to sand them down so they're nice and smooth, and then I'll just paint them. So I'll be back to you shortly. Okay, so this is the paint I was talking about at Walmart. Before the pandemic, it was 99 cents a can. Now I think it's like $3.50 something cents a can, but it sure beats $8 a can from Tractor Supply. So I have a couple of different methods I use to clean down the rims. All right, so what I did was I degreased the rims and scrubbed them with a brush, a wire brush, and I had to do it a couple of times. There was a lot of grease, dirt, and grime on the rims. So I'll just show you real quick how I do it. I'm not too concerned about the inner part of the rims because you don't see it, but they're not that bad. And neither are these really, but I just want to clean them up real good before we paint the outer part of the rims. The inner part of the rims, I'm just going to dry them real good. I just go over it with some brake clean and get them nice and clean. And then I'll just paint the insides. I think I'm going to have to paint the inside of the rim, like I said before, with some orange paint that I have, because I'm really low on this Walmart paint. I'm going to Walmart tomorrow, and I need a lot of shop supplies. All right, so now we're at the point now where it's nice and windy. So I don't know if we're going to get the painting today. I want to try to paint the rims, but I'll just show you real quick how I clean the rims. I got the sanding disc on the die grinder here, and for some parts I use the wire wheel here on the drill. So this inner flat part here, I always like to just hit it with the. This gun needs oil, but I don't want to put any oil in it now because I don't want to sling any oil on the rim. I'm probably in your way, but that's how I do it. I just go all the way around here. That was brilliant. Maybe it's just easier to do it with that. Yeah, I think it's better to just do it with the wire brush here. The wire wheel, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with this. Yeah, see, it's pretty smooth already. The rims aren't that bad, really. Sometimes the tractor will sit and the water will lay in here and then it'll get really rusty and pitted, but that's not a problem with this so far. Can't make up my mind what to use here. You should wear a mask because this is really an old paint job. It's probably got lead in the paint. Alright, so now that the compressor's on, I'll get back to you when we are ready to paint. Okay, so another important thing, if you're working with tubeless tires, you want to clean the inside of the rim real good. This is pretty clean anyway, but we're using tubes. This way you get a good seat between the tire bead and the rim. So I'm going to have to try to spray paint these in between the winds. What I usually do is I like to start off with like a light coat first. Shake your can up real good and just start with a light coat. And then like I said, this paint dries pretty quick, so I'll just wait a few minutes and then the rims came out pretty good. They're not perfect, but they're not bad. So I'll just keep going around and around here. And like I said, the inner part of the rims, I'll probably end up having maybe I do have enough black paint to paint the inside of the inner part of the rims. But what I'll do is I'll paint everything, the inners and the outer parts of the rims, and then I'll get back to you and then we'll mount the tires on. Okay, so I took the tube out of the package and just lay it flat, and you'll see that the valve stem is sticking straight up. Okay, so that's the way you want to get the tube into the tire, and then you could place the top part that has the valve stem hole over the top. And the second thing you want to do, because I got burned by this before with tire valves and tubes, make sure the valve core is tight. So just take your valve core tool. If you don't have one, they're cheap. You can buy them anywhere. And just make sure the core is tight. I can't even get into this. What's the matter, Pablo? Oh, it's in there. Alright, it's tight. Next thing you want to do is pump a little air into the tube. That's about enough. You don't want to put too much air in because you don't want to pinch the tube when you put the outer part and the inner part of the rims on. I might let some air out. I think that was a bad idea. So we'll just let some air out. You should actually just put some air in the tube once the tube is inside the tire. I hope you guys could see me here somewhat. Yeah. You can leave the valve core out and then just get your tube inside the tire. Here. What's the matter, Pablo? I fed you. You want more food? I have to go get your bowl again. I'm talking to the cat. Alright, we can stick the core back in. I'll just do one tire with you. And just make sure your valve is in there evenly. Now you can just press this in. It's not really going on. You can spray some WD-40 so you can get the rim to seat down in here, but I'm not going to do that. I think it'll be alright like this. And then you'll take the inner part of the rim. You want to kind of push the tube over so it doesn't get pinched between the rim. I'll get our mounting bolts. How come you always gotta come over for food when I'm filming again? Huh, buddy? Alright, so to the right of the valve here, I always leave that hole open in case I want to use the tires for an inboard with the dual wheels for the spacer. You want to leave the right hole open. And the mounting bolts go in every other hole. And then the rest of them are to mount them on the tractor. I'm so afraid that this tube is going to get pinched in between here. It's not really staying in there. When you stick your finger in and push the tube, you can kind of push it down over the inner part of the rim. Sorry it's taking so long, guys, but it's a little tedious. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not liking this. If I put a little more air in the tube, I don't know if that'll help. It's either gonna help me or hurt me. Alright, so when you go to put some air in, grab a pair of needle nose pliers and hold the valve. Because if the valve gets sucked in, then you got to take it all apart again. Usually not this hard to do, but I don't know if this tube isn't fitting the way I'd like it to, for one thing. I don't know. There always has to be some snag on camera. I think it's all right. That's the problem. I don't want to think it's all right. I want to know it's all right. One more bolt to go here. These are 3/8 bolts I'm using, and they're a 1/2 inch long. So I'm gonna have to get a 9/16. Were you kicking the camera, Pablo? So I'm gonna have to get the ratchet and the wrench. I never have this much trouble. The tube usually fits into the tire really good, and you don't have to worry about the rim pinching the tube. But like I said, I bought the cheaper tubes. I don't know. I never had a problem before, but I'll be right back. I don't know, it seems pretty safe to tighten it up. It seems like the tube's in there pretty good. I guess we'll know as soon as I air it up. I wanted to get 1/2 inch bolts, but Tractor Supply only goes down to 1 inch long. Well, it seems to be okay. I don't know if you guys could even see me working on it, but there's really not much to say. I'll put the camera up a little bit. I'm just tightening up the bolts. I'm just going around tightening them up. Yeah, it sticks out pretty far here, but I have no choice. It's not going to interfere with anything anyway, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, the brand of these tires are Kendra. I don't know what's better. I heard people complain about the Carlisle tires, but these are Kendras. And I believe they take 20 pounds. When I changed on the plow tractors, I only put like 8 or 10 pounds of air in the tires with the change. But since this is going to be an outboard tire, I'll put the 20 pounds in it to compensate for the chains on the inside. I could have did this with the air ratchet, actually. That's how I normally do it, but Gravely never required any block washers or anything like that. I guess that has something to do with the way it fits into the hub. I'll do the other one off camera, of course. You guys suffered enough, I think. See if we hear any explosions or leaks here. Like I said, make sure you use your needle nose pliers until you get some air in it. Judging by the way the rim tightened up, the tube is into the tire pretty good. Anyway, that's the finished product there. I'll get the tire gauge and just measure the, make sure I have enough air in the tire. I forgot to paint the heads of the bolts, but I have no more paint left, so I'm going to have to do that. And always make sure you put your valve cap back on. So, and that's going to be about it. That's going to wrap up this video. I hope this helps somebody out someday. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you all on the next one. We have the second Gravely project. I want to get going with that. I'm noticing my father's 1956 Gravely has an oil leak. So we gotta get on that too. I had to get it all wrapped up before the winter. Then we got some snowplow work we gotta do. I had to change the wear bar on one of the plows. And the 3 plows that came with the 57 Gravely purchase. Richie Applegate's gonna take one of the snowplows for his tractor that I sold him, the 1962 Gravely. And there's one really good wear. I think they both, the other 2 plows have good wear bars on them. So I'm going to take the one wear bar off that, and then I'm going to modify it to fit. I mean, the bolt holes and everything are the same, they fit, but they're 5/16 bolts, and I usually like to drill them out to 3/8 and use 9/16, you know, wrench to tighten up the bolts on there to beef up the mounting of the wear bar. So, alright, so I want to thank everybody for watching. I have to do the other tire. We'll do it off camera. I bored you enough on this, like I said. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one, and take care.